Guys, I just forgot I had the wrong design in, so it showed up with the Gundam stuff. Isn't that hilarious? Because my other channel. But it doesn't matter because this is really the Blue Gamer Bluecast morning show. I am, of course, your host, Adam Blue, 30 plus year video game veteran. I guess in terms of playing video games, it is July. It's 7:59. I saw the 7. No, it's September 25th. 2044. It went outside. It was a nice cool breeze, and I was like, oh, I mean, I know that happened before, and then it got hot again, but a nice cool breeze today. Ultronimus, good to see you. I'm gonna try something real quick. Hopefully, it doesn't break everything. There we go. Okay, so I was able to do it on the fly. So yeah, using this Talk Studio program, which is really cool, allows me to live stream very quickly and easily without taking up time. I have these, like 2 little design sets, one for the Gundam Explain channel, one for Blue Gamer. Forgot to swap them, but then I just did it now. I love it. But anyway, no, cool show today because yesterday I didn't play a whole lot of games yesterday, but there was a lot of cool gaming news yesterday, and it was actually perfect for me because I had a lot of like hands-on keyboard work, I guess you could say, yesterday during my work day. So just having like the Sonic Central on in the background, perfect. So yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about that, the Sonic Central stuff, my thoughts, the state of Sonic, and then the state of play of Sony, my thoughts on Sony and what they showed off and announced. Knowing a state of play is not supposed to be a big deal, but I thought there was some pretty cool stuff. So, Midnight Hatter, good to see you. Cool. Well, yeah, let's get started. Usually I'll start with what I've been playing. So yesterday, what did I do? Well, due to the state of play, and I think I brought this up even the show before because the video got leaked early of the new characters coming out for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, which I think is excellent. I've just only put 7 hours, but I think that's a couple playthroughs worth. I even did multiplayer with, 5 or 6 people one time, I think, and that was amazing. I need to get back to that. Anyway, very funny, and I'll share this. I was letting them know, hey, for some reason, I'm not seeing it on Xbox or Xbox PC yet. Do I just need to be patient? What's cool about Shredder's Revenge specifically is it's one of those where you buy it on Xbox, you have it on PC, DLC. Like, I love it. And so instead of, on Steam, the DLC was available on PlayStation. It was, but not Xbox. And I asked them, and they said, we're working on it. As of today, right now, the DLC is still not available, which I find that to be insane. Like, I would think Xbox would be like, oh, okay, well, I didn't expect that. I think Xbox would be like, oh, we got less people. All right, guys, did you see that? Hold on 1 second. My light just went out. That means I probably haven't had it plugged in to charge. All right, I got to back up, kind of give a little mood lighting. Yeah, we'll deal with that for now. But it's like, I wonder if Xbox is thinking, hey, we're losing some sales because people can't get the DLC on the Xbox version. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm really hoping to play this. I don't know why I have to wait. So we'll see. So that was that. And then also some more of Castlevania Dominus Collection. I think it even said 4 hours yesterday, didn't it? So like, I didn't play that much since then. I think I just got the double jump ability, which I like in Dawn of Sorrow, that when you hit the jump the second time, it's a forward flip. I like double jump. The way double jumps work in games, I think there's something to when you do it and the animation of it that can kind of help you feel more in control. That's what I really like about Dawn of Sorrow, because when you do that second jump, it's a spin animation, like a front flip. And I think that really helps with like speed runs or timing, because when I'm seeing my character like spin, I'm getting an idea. Okay, I can jump over this enemy, jump over this item. That's like a little thing, I think, that you don't necessarily really think about, but how is the animation to doing that doubled jump? Really helps. Okay, here's another one, Witchfire. I played 30 minutes yesterday. So why did I get this? Well, this came out on the Epic Store last year. It's some devs from, I could be wrong, and I think I'm going to be wrong. I'm going to just yell Bulletstorm. You guys remember that game? Painkiller, maybe. I think there's some devs from there. Anyway, they made this game under a new studio, and it's really cool. I would describe it as Doom 2016 plus Dark Souls plus Vampire Survivors. That's how I would explain it. Because you'll be in this world, and then as you kill enemies, and it's first person, and it has like a double jump. It actually has a double jump, and it has a dash. So it's like Doom, where you're double jumping, dash, shooting. There's enemies around you. You get Witchfire, I think it's called. Yeah, it's like souls. And then if you die, you lose them. And then you want to like, and it almost has the extraction shooter element, because you want to then get to a portal to get back to your world, and you bring your loot with you. The Vampire Survivors aspect is because as you run into an instance of enemies, once you kill them, there's like an obelisk or a crystal or something that you can activate, and then it lets you choose from 3 abilities for that run. And it looks like I had gone through where I'd picked up to 4, but it looked like you could choose more. So Witchfire, pretty cool first person shooter. It's still in early access, and normally I don't get early access stuff, but this had been out since in early access on Epic Game Store since last year, and I didn't buy it because it was on Epic and early access. But even though it's early access, it looks good, and I played it, and it plays good. And I think this is a good example of a palate cleanser game. When you're playing a bunch of stuff, you want to just jump into something else and it just feels good. But also, if you really wanted to, you can sit down and make it a focused driven game, because I guess it's up to you how much loot you want to end up getting by the end of it, I guess. And like for me yesterday, it got scary because I had barely any health left. And I had these giant enemies, not giant, but these more powerful enemies running at me. And so it was, okay, I'm at my portal where I can get back to my world, but there's too many enemies around. So I was hiding behind rocks, shooting them until there was no more. And then got to the portal, and then that's when I had to leave. So that was just 30 minutes. I didn't really get too much time to check out more about it, but I think it's cool. I think it's pretty crazy that I've gotten another game with all these other games, but that's how I roll, and I enjoy it. Okay. So I guess that was about it for what I've been playing. I just really want to get that Shredder's Revenge DLC. Hopefully we get an update on that. And it was interesting because there were some others that later on that actually brought it up and asked, and they were just saying that they're just having issues for some reason. So yeah, very strange. I think that's really strange. Just thinking in terms of if someone only has one platform and they don't really have the means of figuring out what's going on. If they were just waiting for the DLC to drop on their Xbox, and then they're just, it's weird. It's bad luck. But hey, mistakes. Obviously, it's not done on purpose. Although it's funny, someone in Twitter, it's not here, somewhere else, said, "Oh, you did this on purpose because the accidental leak." And it's like, well, no, that wouldn't make sense because the leak was from the PlayStation State of Play, and this was delayed on, and this is, delayed on Xbox. So anyway. All right. So I want to jump into Sonic Central. I'm just using an IGN page. I'm using IGN. I'm just using them right now just to get. So this was yesterday. Again, perfect opportunity because it was like, again, during work. I remember I was working on some stuff, got to listen on the side. So I really got to take it in. So the first thing, the Sonic Rumble. The reason I brought up the time is because I felt like this was very, in a way, kid oriented, like almost like children could be watching this, but it's like, well, they're at school. Although if, younger kids weren't in school and this was like on YouTube for them to watch, because the channel's made for kids. That's like a very kid centric thing. I just want to bring that up because I really like Sonic, and I understand that they've really leaned into the kid aspect of it. That's okay. So Sonic Rumble looks really fun. I've played, I think it's called Rumble Guys or something like that. There's Stumble Guys. There's like the Fall Guys is the main one. And then there's the Stumble Guys, which is supposed to be like the ripoff, but it was actually really fun. In fact, my youngest would just mainly play that, and I'd play that with them. And so they have their own version called Sonic Rumble, which I think looks great. This is going to be fun. And this is getting close to this idea I've had for a multiplayer platforming game to take elements of Stumble Guys and Fall Guys and make an open world platforming, cutesy platforming, run around, collect stuff, but also have it where a bunch of people can come in and there's little zones of courses. And that's kind of what this is. So it's cool that these games are being made. And I think it's cool that it is Sonic 2. It's going to get more people to play. Yeah, 32 players. That's crazy. So, and I like the art style because they're keeping it like Sega Genesis Sonic art style. All right. Or like a little in between. It's funny how they have a little in between art style. All right, so I totally forgot about Super Monkey Ball, and I enjoyed this type of game. I hadn't played this new one because I think it was Switch only, potentially, and it's usually when something's Switch only, sometimes I'll look over it, or I'll wait. Like I got when they had Ghosts and Goblins or Ghouls and Ghosts Resurrection that came out a couple years ago. It was on Switch, so I bought it, but then it came out on PC. I was like, well, I'd rather have it on PC, but hey, I got it on Switch. Why would I rather have it on PC? Well, because right now I could play PC games that came out in the early 2000s on my PC, but I can't play N64 games, any N64 game on my Switch. You see what I mean? It's like over time, I know historically that I will play older games on a platform. So that's why I try to get things on PC because I'm able to play them in the future. Anyways, yeah, Sonic, Super Monkey Ball Sonic stuff. That's not too exciting, but it's neat that it's there. All right, where did I think it was me, actually. I'll move this just a little bit. Okay, so there was like a Sonic motorbike helmet, which I thought was the most random thing. Like, this is so geared for kids. Are you having kids want to get into motorcycles? So that was odd. I mean, I think it's cool, and I know there's adults that like Sonic stuff, but I don't know. Yeah, it reminds me of that Gundam F1 thing, even though that was nothing that was for sale. They were showing off this perfect grade design Gundam, but it's not like you could buy it. So it's like, okay, what are you guys doing? Just bragging that you can do this? Oh, okay. So Autonomous, got to go fast in real life. I get it. That's why the helmet exists. Okay. All right, so the Sonic Lego stuff was pretty cool, and that's what was cool about this presentation is, and I didn't catch it all because I wasn't really looking, but when I would look every once in a while, I saw like they were doing Lego things. I think that's because they did announce some Lego sets. I don't know if there's a Lego game I might have missed. I don't think so, which would make sense. That old Lego Dimensions game had a Sonic part in it, and it was so fun. I got that pack and I played through the level, and that was fun. Okay, Sonic coming to Top Golf. That isn't that crazy? I'm pretty sure. I think there's like 2 near me, right? Unless that's another place. I'm gonna look real quick. Let's. Yeah. So yeah, I'm giving away. Oh no, but yeah. So I need to do that then. It was pretty cool because it was like, and I guess I don't know how it works. I guess I didn't watch it all, but it was showing. I saw like a video of someone swinging a golf ball, and then like a video game mode would show like the character hitting a bumper and then bumping around. So is it like where you're at Top Golf and you play and you have a little screen where you're seeing it happen? I don't know. That's pretty neat. Rogue New Tab. I myself collect Lego Lord of the Rings and Castle, so I'm a big Lego fan. Yeah, I'm a fan of Lego myself. Like, we recently built the 1989 Batmobile, the small one, and I have it over in the living room next to, so I like when Lego has their standard sets that are not an IP, and they have their space one right now is really cool. And I have one of their ships. It's really neat. So Rogue, if you haven't seen the new ship they have, it's like, a triangle shaped, I guess, but it's a really cool design. And then the Sonic Legos are cool. It's like when we go to Target, I'll look at the Sonic Legos and I'll be like, but the price and all that, Legos are expensive. Okay, so there's the Top Golf, that was pretty cool. Oh, yeah, the Sonic, teaming up with DC. So, yeah, because over the weekend on Batman Day, they had a little cartoon short that was Shadow the Hedgehog as Batman. I thought that was funny, and so I guess Sonic is Flash, which makes sense, even though I would rather him be Batman, in the blue and gray, but I get it because Sonic is fast and the Flash is fast, but then the Flash is red and Shadow is red. I uh, hey, if I was at this company, DC or Sega, when we were in the boardroom trying to figure this out, I would be like, guys, I don't know if I can do Sonic being Flash. I think Shadow has to be Flash, even though I get it. And Tails has to be Robin, but they made Tails Cyborg. But that makes sense because Tails is a tinkerer, right? Doesn't he build things? So it's like I get that. But yeah, Hey, Fulcrum, how's it going? Insane how good the Sonic sets are to the Mario sets, which had so much potential but absolutely flopped. That is interesting because we did buy some Mario sets early on and they just kind of fell off. That's interesting. I'm just like thinking internally, like about does Sonic just lend itself better to Lego in any way? Because then I'm thinking of Sonic busting through, like when he's spinning through the bricks and busting them open. That's Lego like. I don't know. I do like that they have Dr. Robotnik's mech, and they even have just an action figure version. It's like a kid's toy. It's like 30, so it's like 30's not a lot, but for like a kid toy, I don't know. If I ever see it on clearance, I'm gonna get it. Because yeah, I like mechs. We talk about it, Gundam and all that. Another mech that was a big deal in my childhood was Sonic 2. When you got to that Robotnik boss, when he was in a mech, that was like the most amazing thing to me. That was like the most badass way you could have a last boss. So Sonic X Shadow Generations gets a new trailer. October 25th. This is like I played the other generations on this in 3DS. I would totally get this again. The coolest thing is, and maybe they talk about it further down. Yeah, so I'll come back to that if they don't mention it. So new Sonic X Shadow Generations trailer. I want the special edition with the Dreamcast. But that's just maybe too expensive. This animation looked great. So it's a prologue anime. Yeah. So again, I only saw clips because I guess the animation, sometimes you think, oh, this is just a promo thing, but apparently it's a real animation coming out and it looked really good. Like I would say it's as seeing Sonic and this stuff being geared more towards kids, what they showed from the animation didn't seem like it was supposed to be geared to kids. Behind the scenes look at Sonic 3. I don't remember seeing anything of that. Okay, there's other stuff I saw that they announced too. So in Sonic X Shadow, they're going to have DLC where the world is skinned realistic to look like the Sonic 3 movie, even the skin on Shadow. That is a brilliant idea. They kind of do that with Minecraft, where Minecraft has the different world skins and they have something that looks realistic. Because of okay, what am I trying to say? I would say that the Sonic Central was way better than I thought. Like they didn't necessarily. I want and I don't know if this will happen again, like a Sonic mainline game. Because we got Sonic Superstars last year, which really disappointed me. And even Frontiers, I never fully beat it because it seemed like it was under the production value that I think Sonic is capable of. Now, the way Sonic X Generations looks, or X Shadow Generations, if it was the first time the game came out, I would say, okay, this looks great, but it's a remake, even though they have new stuff in it. So I would say I was hoping for a mainline Sonic game, but I think what they announced was more than I expected. That's a lot of cool Sonic stuff. I would play Sonic Rumble. I'm fascinated. I can't wait to play the Sonic X generation. Okay, there's something else, and they don't even have it here. Let me see if Sonic X Shadow pre-order book. The most bizarre thing they have is a pre-order. And I don't know, man, is it here? There's a video of it. I got to show you guys. So please give me a second. So Sonic X Shadow pre-order. Okay.
Now you can visit.
This blew my mind. So they made a trailer for a pre-order item, and they made the trailer as if it was filmed in the 90s in terms of like the way it looks. But it's a journal of Robotnik's dad. And so here's another thing that's interesting. And I don't know if Sega has been planting the seeds in children for this. So you know that there's that Roblox Sonic, what is it called? Sonic Speed Simulator. And so at some point, and this was a year or two ago, my son kept talking about Robotnik's dad and then this girl and then how they made Shadow, like all this like background information. I'm like, what is he talking about? Like, is this like kids on TikTok just making up Sonic lore? But then this pre-order book, it's weird that it's a journal, Gerald Robotnik's journal. It's a pre-order item. And I'm like, I don't know this to be like, I want this, but apparently this is a thing. This is, I guess this, yeah, Gerald Robotnik backstory lore is a thing. And I think kids know about it. As a longtime Sonic fan, I didn't know about this. This must have been like post-adventure. And I bet just more recently, again, because Sega is using things like Roblox and children platforms to reach kids, and so they're giving them lore, and I think that's actually pretty neat. So yeah, Ultronymous, I love Gerald's notebook as a pre-order bonus. The first time I want to do a physical pre-order. So that's the thing. Once I saw this and connected the dots to this is something my son had been talking about before, I'm like, man, Sega really actually is being serious about Sonic lore to a degree, especially if my son can talk about it. And then all of a sudden there's this, and not only is this a pre-order bonus, but it's they filmed the video like a 90s like infomercial special TV offer, obviously targeting older people. So it's like, okay, we know the kids are now into this new lore. Let's try to get an older audience into it. Ultronymous, I think this is for the old people since SA2 lore is great. The Robotics Journal was important in that. Also, okay, so then that is on me because I never picked up on in Sonic Adventure 2 about, although that does make sense. So Sonic Adventure 1, I was all in. Sonic Adventure 2, I was all in, but that was at a time where I wasn't, I would play video games, but I wasn't as invested into them. That was, yeah, because Sonic Adventure 2, when did that come out? It had to be like 2001. I graduated 2002. Yeah, so that was right when I was going into my senior year of high school. So I think that's when I just stopped paying attention to lore in games. So that is awesome. Thanks, Ultronymous, for giving me that info. And I think this kind of goes back to, and I'm going to wrap this section up. Although, what am I sharing? I'm actually really impressed with what Sega did with the Sonic stuff. I got to say, especially in this kind of doom and gloom economy for video game studios in general, where they're having to cancel things or pivot or try to throw things that they think maybe a mass audience would like. Sega is really treating their property with respect and very interesting. Fulcrum, I love when IPs make in-universe books you can actually purchase like this. I remember as a kid having the Jedi Path book that included handwritten notes from Luke, Yoda, Dooku, Anakin. Yeah, I totally agree with you. There was even the Halo 5. Was it the Halo 5 special edition that had those journals too that were in it? Yeah, that stuff is cool. I really like that. I would love, and I don't know if anyone knows about this, like Tim Ray's maybe journal of the Gundam project. That would be cool if they had some like replica of that. I have a little 1/18th scale, but I can't read that. All right, we're going to jump to the PlayStation stuff. This is everything that was announced. Ghost of Yotei, which I guess is a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, just a different character. Now it looks like a female character, and I'm curious if it's the girl, the lady. And I'm actually at the very end of Ghost of Tsushima. I didn't beat it, and I forget if that girl character you are friends with at the beginning, because I remember she goes off somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. And then are you her? So I'm really curious about that, or it's just a brand new character. But yeah, I didn't beat Ghost of Tsushima, so why didn't I beat it? I had a lot of fun with that. Like everywhere I went, there was something to do, and I think I pretty much did. I did the entire DLC island. I know that for sure. I'm just on the last island, and I just haven't finished it. I'll draw up. So at the beginning of the game, and I really need to get back into it. And you know, it's interesting because then there's the Rise of Ronin, which is another open world samurai type game. I guess more ninja maybe. That I want to play. That came out, and I didn't play it. Anyway, Monster Hunter Wilds, Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. Why? But oh well. The Midnight Walk, Lego Horizon Adventures, Hell Is Us looked interesting, but just in terms of okay, it looks interesting. You know what I mean? Like when games can like look the same, but if they do a few little things, I think some of the enemy design was interesting. Okay, they announced some new stuff for Astrobot. Free stuff coming. That's awesome. Because that's in my top 5 game of the year. Okay, Lunar Remastered Collection. If I'm not mistaken, there was one of these on Sega CD. Is that correct? I would almost want to go back, even though I never beat a JRPG when I was younger. Their visual identity is a big part of like gaming for me. Okay, Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remastered. You know, once I saw it in action, I was like, I don't know. So we'll see. The Lake House, Dynasty Warriors Origins. Actually, I'd be excited to try that out. I'd be afraid to play it and then it just be an old Dynasty Warriors, but hopefully there's enough little new interesting things because the graphics look great. And that could mean a Gundam Dynasty Warriors could be coming out. Dragon Age Veilguard, that kind of looked neat. I don't know if I'd play that. So Sonic X Generations, Shadow Generations, I'm definitely getting that. Archage looked neat, but again, I'd have to hear about it. Metro Awakening VR, Power World, not interested, but it's cool. Yeah, the Shredder Revenge DLC, Fantasia Neo, Hitman World of Assassination. Okay, Stellar Blade is getting stuff, and it's getting Nier Automata crossover content. And so that's something I need to do by the end of the year on my PlayStation 5 is play Rise of Ronin and Stellar Blade. I played the demo of Stellar Blade, and I think it's great. It's just it didn't like wow me in terms of like a new style action game to play. You know, that's why I didn't really jump into it. And then I think, yeah, Dead Space is here because it's going to be PlayStation Plus and Dino Crisis. The original Legacy of Kain, that's where the Soul Reaver stuff came from. So, you know, I would say not anything too interesting, but it was a state of play. And so I felt like Sony like gave enough interesting stuff to look forward to. Ghost of Yotei, the Astrobot stuff. I mean, and here's the thing. If you are into the Sony ecosystem, sure, Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered, but nothing, you know, nothing too crazy. Cool stuff, though. So, yeah, yeah. I don't know if I really have any opinion other than it was okay. Oh yeah, Ultranomous. That's the thing. Yeah, Sonic Central better than the state of play for me. Yeah, absolutely. I was actually surprised how cool the Sonic Central was. It was exciting, a video game exciting for me. So, all right. Hey, let's look at some news real quick just to see if anything interesting has happened to pop up other than all the news that's going on. The Bridge 2, I don't know. Gal Guardians. Okay. Servants of the Dark. Is this DLC? Okay, so I played this. This is actually pretty good, and I would like to go back to it. It is a Metroidvania with 2 characters, just like Portrait of Ruin. You know, I'm a fan of that. I don't think you can have them at the same time though, like Portrait of Ruin. But one is melee and one is ranged. And when you die with one, you still can be the other. And I think you can go and like resurrect the other or something. Anyway, it is really cool. So it's a sequel. Okay, so it's a full-on. So that actually says a lot. Does that mean the original game actually did pretty good? And so while the original game, from what I played, was good, there's some areas of improvement. So hopefully they can add that here. But that's really neat. Yeah, and here's actually here's a screen so you can kind of see how it's really cool pixel art. Okay, it has both of them at the same time, so that's awesome. And again, was that in the other one and I forgot? But I have it on Switch. I think I bought it. Did I buy it on Switch? No, I have it on Steam actually. The Switch has a demo, so if you want to try the game, Switch has a demo. Okay. The 2 stars of Servants of the Dark are the sisters Kirika and Masha, maids to the demon lord Maxim, of course. Players will need to switch between the long range. Okay, it just says switch between, but maybe while still being at the same time, because a Portrait of Ruin, you could do that where both characters are at the same time, but you're only controlling the one. The other one's following and attacking as well. I love that dynamic. Oh, look at that blood shooting an Uzi. That's fun. Okay, this has gotten me to go back and install Gal Guardians. Oh, cool. Yeah, boobies here, but I mean, just the fact that giant pixel art, the stuff going on, love it. And it's the same developer as Bloodstained. It's Inti Creates, which I think they're more of like a dev for hire. They've done a lot of neat stuff and stuff that wasn't so neat, but hey, it happens. All right. Mecha side-scrolling shoot 'em up Visegun announced for PC. Okay, I was about to go, guys, because it's that time, but wow, what is this? Let's look. Ooh, check that out. Okay. I like what's going on. Zanrai Interactive. Okay, let me add to wish list. There's no date. This looks like someone I know. Yeah. And I have their old game. I met them at a convention. Really cool guy. Very neat. That's really cool. I was able to pick up on that. That he's working on this. That's very cool. Anyway, guys, that's about it. Yeah, I guess the really the point of the show is the Sonic Central was awesome. Really awesome how that turned out. And yeah, that's really all I got for now. So all thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. And until then, have a good one.